I spent more than a decade in professional sports locker rooms. Or said another way, I spent more than a decade in locker rooms with people making $20 million a year or more. I spent the last 5 years helping people manage and build and protect wealth north of $100 million. And in this video, I want to share with you 10 things that I see that are some of the most common money myths out there. And it's true whether you have $1 to your name or you have $100 million to your name. Hey everyone, if we haven't met before, my name is Jacob Turner. I'm a former Major League Baseball player, and I'm currently the co-founder of Mellon Private Wealth, a financial planning firm that helps professional athletes and entrepreneurs build and protect wealth. And in today's video, I'm going to walk through 10 money myths that I see, and they apply to everybody, whether you're just starting out in your money journey or you're way down the road and you're in millionaire status. So make sure you follow along, and you're going to want to make sure you stay till the end, because I argue the most important one is the last one. Number one, insurance as an investment. Now, you will be pitched endlessly about the tax benefits of life insurance. And I'm here to tell you, there are a lot of tax benefits of life insurance. That life insurance that you would get if you were to pass away is tax-free, huge tax benefit. But what I will also tell you is that it comes with this word insurance. Insurance is a great planning tool, one that I recommend for almost everybody I talk to. But it is not an investment vehicle. It is an insurance vehicle. So make sure you do not confuse the two. Number two, and this is going to get some people frustrated. Buying a home is always better than renting. In fact, I can hear it like yesterday. My dad telling me, renting is throwing away money, Jacob. And it turns out that's not true even a little bit. And I would tell you this, before you buy a house, you need to run the numbers. And if you are a homeowner out there, I want you to run the numbers. All the things that go into homeownership, property taxes, homeowner's insurance, maintenance, upkeep, all the things that come with owning a home that don't come with renting that same home. And the fact of the matter is, when you actually run the numbers, and I did a video on this, so if you want to take a look at that, take a look at that video. Renting can be a great financial decision, one that often outweighs the benefits of potentially owning the same home. Number three, complex investing means better returns. Now look, take it from me, take it from my own mistakes. I've spent the last 15 plus years investing my own personal money. And I tried so hard for the first half of that to build the perfect portfolio. One, let me tell you, there's no such thing as the perfect portfolio. And two, the more complex an investment portfolio gets, the more complicated it is to manage, but that does not always mean that the investment returns are greater. Now look, depending on your situation, there might be some strategies that involve more complexity that might make sense for you. But adding complexity for complexity's sake, or adding complexity because you think that's going to increase your rate of return, no. We want to avoid that at all costs. Number four, taxes are a yearly game. What do you mean? Taxes are a yearly game? No, they're actually not.
What?
Taxes are the biggest lifetime expense that you will ever have. Let me say that again. Taxes are the biggest lifetime expense that you will ever have. Keyword there, lifetime expense. When I say lifetime, I mean taxes are a lifetime game. So the way I want you to be thinking about tax planning is, I want you to be thinking about everything you could do over the course of your lifetime to lower taxes. Now, how does that change a yearly game of taxes? Well, if you're thinking about it from a lifetime perspective, you might make different decisions on a yearly basis. You might pay a little bit more in tax one year because you know you're going to pay less in tax in the future. So instead of thinking about taxes as a yearly game, I want you to think about it as a lifetime game. Number five, I'm a Dave Ramsey truther. I think what Dave Ramsey puts out is such good information for the vast majority of people. But there's one thing he says that I don't always agree with. All debt is bad. Now look, if you're just starting out in your financial journey and you're feeling really uneasy about your money, I would recommend living a debt-free lifestyle just like Dave Ramsey recommends. But if you're a little bit further down that path, you're a little bit more sophisticated, you have a little bit better grasp on what you're spending, what you're saving, what you think you're going to make in the future, maybe you have a team of people around you, I would make the argument that not all debt is bad. And the reason for that is debt can be used in leverage in a positive way to help you earn more money in the future. But it's a double-edged sword. And at no point, no matter how experienced you are, no matter how smart you are with money, or how smart you think you are with money, even a more dangerous thing, should you over-leverage yourself with debt. So use debt when it is opportune, use debt when it makes sense, and understand that not all debt is bad. Number six, a budget is restricting. As I said that, some of you cringed. A budget. I don't want a budget. I'm going to tell you right now, having a budget or having an idea of what we're spending, we can even call it something else, is the most freeing concept you can have in all of personal finance. And here's the reason for that. As you get smarter with your money, As you start to become a better steward of the resources that you have, it actually becomes harder to sometimes spend that money. And what a budget allows you to do is it gives you permission, it gives you freedom to make that purchase that you want to make, to go out to dinner on the weekends, to buy the new car that you've been saving up for, to go on that once in a lifetime vacation. And the reason for that is you have the budget in place. You're able to sit there and say, no, I budgeted for this. I know I planned, I know I saved for this. So a budget is not a restrictive concept, it's a freeing one. Number 7, diversification builds wealth. Wait a second, Jacob, you said you were a financial planner. Every financial planner I've ever known has said that word, diversification. Well, here's the deal. I think diversification is really, really important, but diversification does not build wealth. Concentration builds wealth. Diversification keeps that wealth. And I want to put it to you another way. Think about the profession that you have, whether you started a business, whether you're an athlete, whether you're a key team member, whether you're an entrepreneur, whether you're just starting out in your job. You have one skill set that's probably better than somebody else's skill set. And that's why that company hired you, or you started the company you had today, or you had the contract that you have. That right there is concentration. That's not diversification. That concentration is going to help you earn income, which is going to help you build wealth. When you build that wealth, at that point, you want to diversify it. But at the beginning of the wealth building journey, it's okay to concentrate, because the reality is concentration builds wealth, not diversification. Number 8, and this one is going to rile some people up. Real estate investing is passive. Now, if you type in passive real estate investing, I promise you this, you're going to find a million videos telling you it's easy to make money, you can use the bank's money, and everybody can do it, including you. All kind of true, but it's definitely not passive. And here's what I mean by that. Think about real estate. If you're going to go make a property purchase and that property's on the market, there's 100 other people looking at that same property. In fact, I would argue that out of those 100 people, 90 of those people are probably really sophisticated investors that all they do all day long is look for properties like that. So chances are, if that property is still available for you, maybe a novice real estate investor, you might want to ask yourself, why is nobody else buying this property? And what I would argue to you is this: real estate can be a great investment, but it is not passive. It is a hands-on investment where you need to understand what you're getting into and understand what your exit strategy is in the first place. Number 9, a tax refund is a good thing. Now, some of you might be saying, well, I got a tax refund this year and it was definitely a good thing for me. But here am I to tell you, a tax refund, all that really is an interest-free loan to the government. And it works like this. You overpaid your tax bill for the year and the government held that money for the entire year. And then when taxes were due, they said, oh, what do we owe you again? Okay, let me get that money back to you, but give me just a couple months maybe. That's all a tax refund is. It's not a good thing. It's actually just an interest-free loan. So you want to try to do the best you can to make sure that you do estimates to figure out exactly what you owe so you're not giving the IRS an interest-free loan. Now, I mentioned at the beginning of this video that the last one, I would argue, is the most important. Number 10, wealth is loud. Now, we live in an age of social media. We live in the age of Instagram, where everybody out there is posting their highlight reels of their fancy cars, their great vacations, their big jet, that trip they went on that you think you could never afford. Now, here's what I'm going to tell you. Wealth, real wealth, is pretty quiet. Real wealth is not usually that loud. And I would make the argument that a lot of the clients that we work with, that are some of the wealthiest clients that we work with, if you walk down the street and you walk past them, you would never know. And the reason for that is true wealth is quiet. True wealth listens. And the reason for that is, if you think about the people that are the most successful, they're not out there being loud and boisterous. They're out there listening. They're out there being quiet. So the next time that you're in a room, look around. Look who's actually listening. Look who's waiting to talk. Look who drops one nugget of truth after somebody else talked for 20 minutes. Chances are that person might have something you can learn from. So if you're out there and you're trying to get smarter with your money, I hope these money myths helped you. And as always, my goal with this page is to help you get smarter with your money. So if you're into that sort of thing and you haven't been here that long, make sure you follow along. If you want more information like this, you can click the link in my bio. There's all kinds of information you can find in there. You can schedule a call with our team. You can check out my newsletter. You can check out my free entrepreneur's tax guide and so much more. I look forward to seeing you on a future video.